Hey guys, I'm Koko. Today I prepared a couple of beginner tips for Anno 1800 that should help you get started and hopefully flourish in no time. As always with videos of this format, there could be potential spoilers, so if you're trying to avoid those, now is the time to stop watching. Still here? Alright, let us begin. First, I wanted to talk about the range of some of your more important buildings, like marketplace, fire station, warehouses, etc. Your people will be very unhappy when out of range of your marketplace, so if you want to check its reach, just look for the green roads. Just select the building and you will see its actual reach. Same works for fire stations, but for instance they have a much smaller range. They're still an essential part of your city though, so if you don't want your sawmill burning down just because your only fire station is on the other side of the island, well, you'd have to just build some more. Now all of your production chains actually need warehouses to be close to buildings that produce certain materials, or else no goods will ever be produced. Same applies to many other buildings like pubs, schools, cathedrals and more. Remember, green roads are your friend. Next, I want to talk about ratios. Every building in a production chain produces materials in a set amount of time. You can see these if you hover over the buildings before you build them or inspect them once they are already built. Early on, you'll be facing easy chains like timber production. If you hover over them, you'll see that the wood is produced in 15 seconds and then timber is also produced in 15 seconds, which means you can always go with 1-to-1 ratio. A bit later on, you'll be facing something a bit more complicated like bread. If you hover over here, you can see that the wheat is being produced in 1 minute. And then the flour from the wheat is being produced in 30 seconds, which means you can actually build 2 grain farms that will be able to supply your flour mill. But then the bakeries also consume flour, which means that the bread is produced in 1 minute again. So for 1 flour mill, you can do 2 bakeries. As you progress through the game, things and the chains will get even more complex. Let's say the steel beam production, it will need iron mine that produces iron in 15 seconds. It will need charcoal kiln that produces coal in 30 seconds. And those two combined will then produce steel in a furnace that happens in 30 seconds. So you have 15 seconds over here and 30 over here. And that steel beams are gonna go towards the steelworks, which produce steel beams in 45 seconds. Now, this totally beats my capabilities of doing math, so I'm not even gonna try to make this efficient, but surely someone a bit smarter than me can keep this one going. Next, you'll want to start making money ASAP, or else you can face bankruptcy. Besides taxation of your citizens, a good way to earn some more extra cash is trade. To start trading in a port, all you have to do is click on your trading post on your island and then set a limit for certain goods. So let's say over here for wood, right now it is balanced. If you want to go, you can purchase it up to a certain limit, and this is where you drag the limit. So if you're gonna have below this limit, your people are gonna start purchasing it. What you can also do, and this is how you make money, is click on this arrow, so you start selling. So right now, everything, all the wood above 70 on this island will be sold, and this is gonna make us some extra money so we can continue expanding. Once you're satisfied with your monetary situation, it would be a good idea to expand. The planks and steel bars on your starting ship will provide enough resources to colonize a nearby island. The ones with mines are usually a good pick, and also the ones with fertility for certain plants that won't grow on your main island. Now, if you want to colonize a new island, all you have to do is approach said island if it's not claimed by anyone, and when you're close enough to the shore, a shore that is not rocky but more like sandy, this will pop up, this blueprint for the unpopulated island, where all you need is some planks and some steel beams and of course some money, and then you can build a trade outpost which is gonna claim it to you, and then you can start building as you would normally on any of your islands. The last thing I wanted to talk about today is happiness. Yes, I do not understand why my people can't just be happy working for me all day long, but that is the world we live in. Every tier of citizens will require certain luxuries to keep them content. Your farmers might be happy drinking schnapps at the local pub, but the further you upgrade them, the more they'll want from you. Ungrateful bastards, I know! But unless you want them rioting on the streets, make sure they can get their daily dose of alcohol. I always knew alcoholism is the way to happiness. That concludes the tips I had prepared for you today. I hope you learned something useful, and if you have any tips of your own, please feel free to share them with the community in the comment section below. Also, I'd like to thank Ubisoft for providing a free copy of Anno 1800 so I could create this video. But for now, thank you everybody for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider dropping a comment down below, share, like, subscribe, and see more. Do your magic, and I'll see you next time.